The most unbelievable hour of television begins right now on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Tonight, coming to you from the Ripley's Museum in the heart of Hollywood.
Hi, I'm Kelly Packard, and tonight I'm out on the world-famous Hollywood Boulevard. As you can see, we had to barricade the street to keep the audience a safe distance away. That's because the woman that they call Miss Electra is about to be electrocuted and plans to live to tell about it. Danielle Stamp is her real name, and this is Brent Turner. He's the man that's going to flip the switch, sending 750,000 volts of electricity through her body. Now, Danielle, you're putting your life in this man's hands. How can you trust him so much?
Well, he was a mutual associate who'd been playing with electricity and Tesla coils for quite some time, so I figured he'd be the best teacher for me.
And Brent, you're an electrical engineer, right?
That's correct, Kelly.
So can you kind of help the rest of us understand what's really going to be happening here?
What we have is what's called the Tesla coil. What it does is it takes ordinary wall current that we use in our homes today, steps it up to an incredible high voltage, in this case, as was mentioned, 750,000 volts. It's of a high-frequency nature, and that's the key. And that's actually what's going to keep Danielle alive tonight. It is a dangerous stunt. I don't want to underemphasize that.
All right, well, for those who have doubts about the danger involved here, let's take a look at what happened earlier during a test. We wanted to see what would happen to an ordinary store mannequin when exposed to an electrical jolt, the same 750,000 volts that will flow through Danielle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're just minutes away from Danielle getting on that platform and getting zapped herself. Only here on Ripley's.
Tonight on Ripley's. Animal trainer Mark Biancaniello is out to capture a Ripley's record any way he can. He'll strip down to his shorts when he dares to crawl into a tub filled with 20,000 slimy, squirming leeches. 23-year-old Seth Dow was always the quiet type, until a simple case of hiccups turned into an unending nightmare. Now he'll try anything to stop. This young mother thought she'd caught a cold. Little did she know a horrible disease was starting to devour her body alive.
With all the symptoms that she has, patients do not make it.
Can doctors stop this flesh-eating killer in time? Plus, Timmy the Lamb gets the world's first prosthetic sheep's legs in tonight's Unbelievable Animals. Be there when one inventor tries to launch the largest kite ever made. And what are these women peddling? Outrageous outfits made from bicycle tires. Only on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Welcome to the Ripley's Warehouse. We've got a lot of great stories for you tonight, but before we get started, let's go back out to Kelly Packard, where police have barricaded Hollywood Boulevard in both directions.
Thanks, Dean. I am here with Danielle Stamp, who is about to survive a controlled electrocution. Now, I've been told that deadly power lines carry 100,000 volts. This Tesla coil sends out 750,000. That is more than enough to send a human into cardiac arrest. Now, Danielle, you saw what happened to that mannequin during the test. Now, that could happen to you. I mean, what preventative measures are you taking?
Well, the first measure we take is to wear these gloves, and that protects my skin from getting fried. It has a lot to do with being able to manipulate the electrical current, so that's the main safety factor.
Well, it sounds like you know what you're doing, so let's make this happen, okay? Now, I've got to say that we have set up a 20-foot safety radius around the generator. I'm going to go a safe distance away, and then Brent can flip the switch, okay? Good luck, Danielle. I'll be rooting for you. Can we dim the lights on the boulevard? Nice.
Okay, Brent, it's up to you now. Whenever you're ready, flip the switch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
bolts coming out of her fingertips.
Oh, that is so cool.
Awesome! Danielle! Brent, that's not all, is it?
Oh, far from it, Kelly. What we're going to do next is attempt to light these light bulbs without wires.
Honestly.
Honestly.
Okay, I gotta see this. Can we get the lights dimmed again?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, now what we're seeing is electricity actually flowing through her body, going out her fingertips and lighting these fluorescent tubes. I mean, there's no cords here, no wires, nothing.
This is incredible. I'm just in shock. Danielle! That was so great. I have to know, how does that feel? Have all that electricity go through you?
Very powerful.
I bet it does.
Got it.
Miss Electra, Danielle Stamp, gets electrocuted with 750,000 volts redirected out of her body and is still alive. You saw it here only on Ripley's.
Thanks, Kelly. Now let's talk about fear. The fear of beautiful women is called calogynophobia. The fear of washing or bathing is called ablutophobia. The fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth is called arachnobutyrophobia. Now, Ripley's met a man who claims to have no fears whatsoever. We were skeptical, so we decided to test him with a tub of leeches. Thousands of them. Mark Biancaniello is getting ready to take a dip in the water, but it's not the lake he's diving into. Believe it or not, he's about to try and set a Ripley's record by crawling into a bathtub with 20,000 slimy, sucking leeches.
My major concern regarding this event today is the leeches getting in places on my body where they shouldn't be, primarily underneath my shorts.
Mark has been working with dangerous animals for years. A trainer, he's learned to manage his fear. But this is his first experience with leeches.
I don't like fear to control my day-to-day living or actions, and I think by doing this, it's just another way of overcoming that.
To keep the leeches from getting into any sensitive areas, Mark tapes his shorts closed.
It's always nice to know I have fans out there.
Next, with paramedics standing by, Mark positions himself in the tub. This is it. The crowd immediately reacts as the first tube of 2,500 leeches is poured over Mark's body. More leeches are released, then another tube, and another. With 10,000 in the tub so far, Mark is already halfway home. But now there's a problem. The leeches are beginning to feed.
I can feel a few of them biting me.
Is it biting too much? You want me to keep going?
No. We got to keep going now. We're here now.
Are you sure?
Can't stop. Let's go. Keep going. Let's do it, right?
Another 2,500 slither in, and Mark can feel thousands of leeches everywhere on his body. Fighting the natural urge to panic, Mark signals to keep going. Another tube is poured in. Mark has only one container of 2,500 leeches left to go.
Easy where those are going.
Emptying the canister slowly, Mark is buried in a mound of living leeches.
This really sucks.
But Mark's not finished yet. With one final gross-out move, he does the unthinkable.
You know where he put it?
He submerges his face in the leech-infested water. He's done it. Mark Biancaniello submerges himself in 20,000 leeches, setting a new Ripley's record. There are countless homespun cures for the hiccups, and Seth Dowell has tried every single one of them to no avail. After 400 days and counting, he's ready to try anything to put an end to this hiccup horror. Seth Dowell seems like your average 23-year-old. He has a good job, he's active in sports, and loves the outdoors. But Seth has a rare and unusual medical condition. Believe it or not, he's had a case of the hiccups for well over a year.
The date I got the hiccups was on August 23rd of 2000. Yeah, it's a day you can remember. You don't forget the day.
Seth, who works at a pharmacy, had just begun his lunch break. He picked up a sandwich and headed for the park.
I ordered a veggie deli sandwich, and I ate it too quickly. While I was eating my sandwich, I did get the hiccups, and they just progressed.
Seth kept waiting for the hiccups to stop, but unbelievably, they continued for a couple of weeks. So Seth started trying every known home remedy. First came the old pickle juice wives' tale. It didn't work. Neither did Aunt Dorothy's grassy-tasting herbal concoction. Drinking from the wrong side of the glass only made Seth dizzy. And even the tried-and-true sucking on a lemon cure failed.
At first, it was pretty funny. And then after about the third week, I kind of got a little concerned, and my mom said, well, just go to the doctor and see what they say.
Seth went to his family doctor, but after a couple months of frustration, the hiccups, which are caused by an irregular movement in the diaphragm, still would not go away. Seth's doctor was forced to send him to a specialist.
There are people who have intractable hiccups, which is what Seth has. Anyone that has hiccups for more than a month falls into the category of intractable hiccups.
On average, only 1 in 500,000 people ever develop Seth's rare condition. Unfortunately, in Seth's case, nothing that Dr. Banks tried seemed to work either. While doctors tell Seth that his hiccups pose no serious threat to his health, on average he hiccups 200 times a day. That's more than 100,000 hiccups and counting. And having the hiccups for so long has changed Seth's life, causing some real problems.
I've been to movies and I've left because they can get pretty loud, and I didn't want to ruin it for people, so I just left.
In fact, his hiccups have become so irritating, they've even caused Seth and his girlfriend to break up.
When I first met him, he just first got the hiccups, and later on he started getting worse and worse, and that's when we started drifting farther and farther apart.
And while it's hard to find anything good about his situation, the hiccups have helped Seth become a stronger person, helping him to come out of his shell.
Done the label already.
The best part is watching him grow with it. He's really come out of himself, and that's been good for him.
At first, I was a very shy person. With the hiccups, it's taught me how to talk to people, be more of a people person.
Seth is now taking medication which reduces the frequency of the hiccups, but it's not a cure.
A rare birth defect should have left Juana Rosario bedridden for life. Now see how this courageous woman is making skeptics eat their words. Plus, his teeth are worn down to the gums. But that's not stopping him from prying nails out of a board with his mouth.
There has been a couple of times when my teeth have come out on stage.
Tonight's nail-biting, unbelievable act is just moments away. And dig these treads. The tantalizing fashion, all made from tires. Coming up, only on Ripley's. Enter Robert Ripley's archives.
Leave it or not. Leave it or not.
The year is 1933. The latest craze in exercise is the bouncing bike. This modified bicycle promises to shape up the hamstrings and quads while also flattening your stomach. It also provides hours of enjoyment. Unfortunately, the bouncing bicycle falls by the wayside soon after its inception. It seems people prefer the smoother, and less strenuous ride of a standard bicycle.
Leave it or not.
When the good folks of Powell, Wyoming agreed to let a New York artist come to town, they thought he'd bring with him some culture, as in art. They wound up with 6 tons of culture, as in cheese.
This New York artist has traveled all the way to Powell, Wyoming to create his latest masterpiece. His canvas, a house. His medium, believe it or not, almost 13,000 pounds of cheese.
I was walking the street and I said, I want to do a cheese house. I felt that doing the cheese house is the next thing that I have to do.
Artist Cosimo Cavallero's been covering things in cheese for years. From a hotel room in New York City to model Twiggy wearing a $10,000 Chanel suit. There's nothing this avant-garde artist won't try. And here in the small town of Powell, Wyoming, Cosimo's team is hard at work. First, slicing huge chunks of Monterey pepper jack off the 500-pound wheels, then crumbling it by hand into 3 boiling vats. Once melted, the cheese is ready. Cosimo starts spraying it on everything. But some residents aren't all that enthused about the arrival of Cosimo and his 6 tons of melting cheese.
Call me stupid. I just don't see art in that.
After a grueling 6 days of constant spraying, the house nears the end. And as the cheese begins to harden, the house takes on an eerie, cavernous interior. With one final spray, Cosimo is finished. This small house is now completely covered in cheese. Now that it's finished, the question remains for Powell, Wyoming. What do you do with a house covered in cheese?
It's up to the mayor and the community to want to preserve it or put it to the dumpster.
The cheesy dream house has now been demolished, but termites weren't the problem. After only 1 week, mice and mold moved in.
Doctors race the clock to save a young victim of the dreaded flesh-eating bacteria before she wastes away.
Within days, it can be life-threatening.
Also, can an amazing high-tech breakthrough save this little lamb's life? And it's bigger than a house, as wide as a football field. Ripley's cameras roll as one man tries to fly the biggest kite in the world.
With a kite this size, there's many chances of serious accidents.
This one-of-a-kind feat is just moments away, only on Ripley's. Ripley's world of unbelievable animals.
After birth defects caused Graham and Carol Blazer's lamb Timmy to lose his rear hooves at the joints, no one expected him to live, much less walk. But Timmy's very much alive and walking all on his own, thanks to, believe it or not, the world's first prosthetic sheep legs.
He's healthy. He runs around, he jumps, and he gets around all right, no problems at all. Yeah, he's healthy enough.
Newborn lambs are a common occurrence on the Blazers' Australian farm. And it wasn't long after Timmy was born that they knew something was wrong.
They looked fine, everything looked okay. So I went out again next morning and checked them, and I just noticed that one lamb was lagging behind a lot.
After taking him to the vet, they discovered Timmy's circulation was so bad, his back legs were in danger of actually falling off.
And I picked him up out of the box this particular morning, and one of his hooves stayed behind. And I couldn't get my head around what was actually happening.
The Blazers continued to nurture Timmy, but then a second hoof dropped off. Immediately, Graham and Carol got Timmy in the car and drove for miles. They were hoping that somehow specialist Lisa Dodds could have prosthetic legs made for their lamb. Timmy's chances weren't good, and the situation was getting desperate.
We didn't really think we'd be able to help because to keep a prosthesis on an animal's quite hard.
However, the Blazers insisted on trying. Timmy had become like a child to them. If the prosthetics didn't work, the Blazers would be forced to put Timmy down. Amazingly, just 2 weeks after placing the order, Timmy was trying on his new legs. At first, things were shaky, but then to everyone's amazement, he started walking.
That's what he did. It was amazing. Incredible to see it. And he got up and walked.
But not only could Timmy walk, soon he was running and jumping. Now Timmy's incredible story even helps to inspire physically challenged kids who regularly visit with Timmy, some of whom must also wear prosthetics.
Well, he first came back when he let me pat him, because I like patting furry creatures.
Today, Timmy is healthy and a little spoiled. He's the Blazers' only sheep that rides in a car or goes on walks through town. In fact, with such an active lifestyle, Timmy's worn out several pairs of legs, and Carol never seems to catch up on laundering Timmy's special socks. But the Blazers say that deep down it's all a labor of love, knowing they've been able to give Timmy a second chance at a normal life.
Oh, he's pushing a bit, isn't he?
We certainly see him as a very big part of our family.
Oh, fight him!
Ripley's Unbelievable Animals.
Just hearing the term flesh-eating bacteria can send a shocking image through your brain. Well, be prepared, because some of the images that you're about to see are graphic. But Cassie Moore's unbelievable story could not be told properly without them. Brace yourself.
When Cassie Moore came home after a camping trip with her 3 kids, she thought she had caught a bad cold. But what she had actually caught was far worse. A mysterious, deadly bacterial infection that was literally eating her body alive.
Within days, it can progress to a stage where it can be life-threatening.
It all began with a small cut on her thumb. Cassie thought nothing of it at first, but just 3 days later, Cassie goes blind. Soon, she's even unable to walk. When a bruise on her left side appears and begins to bleed, she's rushed to the hospital. There, a CAT scan reveals the terrible source of the trouble, a rare form of the flesh-eating bacteria.
The emergency room nurse came out and she had tears in her eyes and looked at me like she felt sorry for me.
With time running out, the only known cure for the condition is an intense dose of antibiotics followed by surgery to cut away the infected flesh.
The #1 treatment is surgical intervention.
At home, Cassie's husband is faced with a living nightmare. Not knowing if his wife would live or die, he tries to explain to his frightened children what's happening.
I had to be daddy when I talked to them and make them feel that Mommy was going to be okay, even though we didn't know.
But the more Dan talks to Cassie's surgeons, the more he realizes his wife's chances for survival are next to none.
Typically, when this disease gets this far with all the symptoms that she has, usually there's multiple surgeries, and most of the time the patients do not make it.
Tragically, Cassie falls into a coma. Dan begins taking photos of her body wasting away. He wants her to know, if she survives, why the doctors would need to operate.
The decision by the physician to amputate is always made because they know that if they don't do that, the patient will die.
Responding to the medication, Cassie's fever finally breaks, and after being in a coma for 22 days, she opens her eyes. Cassie is alive. But while she may be out of the coma, she's not out of danger. The worst is still to come. With Cassie's limbs beyond repair, she and Dan make the devastating decision together. They give surgeons permission to amputate any infected body part. First, doctors cut off Cassie's right leg, then her left foot, and finally, 9 fingers. Ironically, the thumb where the problem all began is the only digit to remain.
I didn't care that I was losing fingers or my leg or my toes. I was just glad I was alive to be here for my children.
Today, Cassie is more than a survivor. While she's had to relearn how to function with her new prosthetics, her disability doesn't slow her down. Remarkably, only 6 months after the illness, Cassie regains enough dexterity in what was left of her fingers to actually play the keyboard. Soon, she even recovers the strength to karate chop a board in half.
Yeah.
And if that's not unbelievable enough, despite having lost a leg, Cassie can now play a game of basketball with her friends and family, even sinking a few shots.
It surprises me that people can be inspired by what happened to me.
Okay, do this one.
It surprises me that it touches people the way it does.
Cassie now travels the country as a motivational speaker.
Next, 12 sturdy nails have been pounded into a solid wooden plank. But no amount of pain will keep Terry Cole from trying to pull them out with his teeth in tonight's unbelievable act. Also, meet the brave woman defying logic by walking with backward bending legs. And these used tires are being recycled. On the runway, see how some women are getting more mileage for their money with these clinging rubber creations.
It's great. It's like your second skin.
It's all next, only on Ripley's. Most people need one of these to get a stubborn nail out of a piece of wood, but not Terry Cole. Because believe it or not, this Brit can pull out a 7-inch nail using his teeth.
It's a very, very tough stunt to do.
Terry's trained for years to pull off this unique method of nail removal, even wearing down his teeth all the way to the gums.
So just had them removed and I had gold ones put in.
Now, using his 14 gold teeth, Terry is about to attempt an unbelievable feat, removing 12 7-inch nails from a 2-inch thick plank of wood. And he'll do it in only 90 seconds.
My bottom teeth are quite fragile. Basically, there has been a couple of times when my teeth have come out on stage, on the floor.
Despite the fact his teeth may not hold up to the incredible pressure, Terry decides to go for it anyway. A group of volunteers hammer the nails deep into the wood. Then, by lifting the board by a nail, they demonstrate just how tightly they're driven in place.
Make sure it's a solid piece of wood. Just try to push them through, just wiggle them about a bit.
Pulling the nails out takes an enormous amount of force, similar to lifting a 90-pound object with only your jaw.
To pull a nail out of a piece of wood, you have to psych yourself up mentally, and you have to psych yourself up physically.
A quick warm-up, and Terry is off. The first few nails are no problem. So far, so good. Terry even begins picking up momentum. There's nail 4 and 5. But the stress takes its toll, and Terry's teeth suddenly shift. After only 5 nails, it seems like Terry's calling it quits.
No.
But braving the pain, Terry gets his second win. Nails 6 and then 7 are pried-free. That's nail number 8. Now he tugs loose number 9. And 10 is out. Only 2 more left. Terry starts to wear down, but manages to free number 11. This is it, number 12. And with the final nail out, he's done it. Terry Cole yanks out 12 nails in just under 90 seconds, completing one gnarly, unbelievable act.
We usually display the artifacts from the stories here in this expansive facility, but the object that you're about to see is the biggest of its kind in the entire world, and it flies. Its shadow covers an entire football field, so we can forget about getting it inside the warehouse door. Take a look.
While most people consider flying a kite child's play, Peter Lynn has taken it to a whole new level. That's because Peter has built the world's biggest kite. And today, he's going to try and fly it.
This kite is the largest kite by area, by lifting area. In fact, it's the largest kite, I think, by any measure that there is currently in the world.
Ever since he can remember, New Zealander Peter Lynn has always loved kites.
The first memory I ever have really is of flying kites. And then for a few years while I was adolescent, I was more interested in girls, but I very quickly came back to kites.
Peter's kite flying obsession grew over the years, from simple flat designs to larger-than-life 3D creations, such as the giant dolphin, a 40-foot teddy bear, a 95-foot octopus, and an oversized but sometimes underappreciated 14-foot penguin.
That's the bane of my life, you know, when I make this new kite, and then some kid comes along and says, "Oh, Mum, look at the duck!" Ah!
But Peter's biggest accomplishment to date is a true Goliath among kites, the 450-pound Mega Ray.
The Mega Ray is the biggest kite in the world. It's 7,000 square feet in terms of its lifting area. Its wingspan's 45 yards, and it's 80 yards long, so it's huge.
Today, at a kite festival in California, Peter is attempting to launch the $30,000 Mega Ray.
That's good. That's going to go if it'll like that.
A one-of-a-kind specialty kite that's made even more unbelievable by the fact that Peter designed and built it by hand, using materials similar to those used in hot air balloons. And although it's just a kite, flying something this large generates incredible force and is extremely dangerous. 2 giant trucks are needed as anchors, as well as 12 experienced assistants to help keep the kite on course. Even with the truck securing it, the kite could still easily lift Peter or his team into the air. Peter warns his team to stay alert.
Don't get a bit of the line round yourself. Whatever you do, don't go up with the kite. If the line goes up, don't go up with it. I mean, just let it go.
The time has come to try to launch the gigantic kite. But to get the Mega Ray off the ground, a smaller helper kite is attached and launched first. It should give the Mega Ray the push it needs to catch the wind. But will it work? Air expands, and unbelievably, the Mega Ray slowly and gracefully comes to life.
It's going anyway, I think.
Finally, the perfect breeze. The Mega Ray goes airborne. Everything is going well. Spectators are awestruck by the sheer enormity and grace of the Mega Ray as it continues to climb. Then, suddenly, the wind changes direction and Peter is literally being dragged away. Fortunately, his teammates regain control of the craft. After a breathtaking 20-minute flight, they begin to bring the behemoth down. Back on the ground, dismantling the Mega Ray is a complicated task. But amazingly, the monstrous kite breaks down to fit into 5 small sacks. Peter's flight is in the bag.
I think today was just about perfect. You know, I trust these people with my life. They're very good.
But even after successfully flying the world's largest kite, Peter isn't ready to rest on his accomplishments. He's already planning an even bigger kite.
I'm sure that there are kites that haven't been thought of yet that will be better than any we know now. So the sky is the limit. It really is.
2 trucks anchor the Mega Ray because the last time they used just one vehicle, the powerful kite dragged it across the park. Our next story brought us all the way to the Dominican Republic and into the life of one extraordinary woman. You see, Juana Rosario was born with a condition so rare that even the most experienced physicians are baffled at the sight of her appearance. So baffled, in fact, that they told her she would never walk. But that didn't stop her, and today this strong-willed woman is walking with her head held high. This brave-hearted 24-year-old girl was born with such a severe muscular deformity that her chances of leading a productive life seemed impossible. But Juana Rosario is proving everyone wrong. Because believe it or not, Juana is quite active, despite the fact that her legs are completely backwards. Juana was born in the Dominican Republic and has had this unusual condition since she was a young girl. Doctors are stunned whenever they see her x-rays because Juana's bone and muscle structure is completely reversed, making her legs bend the wrong way at the knee. A defect doctors have never seen before.
Una patología congénita anormal, donde órganos que debían ir en la parte de delante están en la parte de atrás.
Although Juana was healthy growing up, when it came time to learn to walk, doctors didn't think the misshapen legs would be able to support her. The only available option, amputation, would leave Juana in a wheelchair. But Juana wanted desperately to be like the other kids, playing in the ocean and attending school. Incredibly, after years of strict physical conditioning and the will to overcome her affliction, Juana has proven medical experts wrong. Told all her life she'd never be able to do it, Juana has learned to walk. And though her legs may slow her down, nothing will stop Juana from leading an active life. She now enjoys swimming, spending time with her family, shopping, and working as a babysitter.
A mí me gusta mantener la casa limpiecita y hay veces que así cuando ya no tengo nada que hacer me pongo a ver televisión.
While walking like this may look painful to most people, for Juana, it's all she knows. She says the aches and pains are minimal, and new medical advances may eventually even help Juana walk completely upright. But for now, this very courageous young woman will have to wait and hope that science takes a step in the right direction.
Still ahead, a trip to the Ripley's vault reveals a morbid suit of armor made from human body parts. And these women are truly reinventing the wheel, turning bicycle trash into enticing skin-tight outfits.
I feel sexy with this clothes on.
Ripley's will be right back. Amazing stories and unbelievable people. Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Here in the small Dutch town of Harderwijk, nearly everyone rides a bicycle, resulting in huge piles of used rubber tire rubbish. But where others saw trash, fashion-minded sisters Krista and Kreiny saw opportunity.
We recycle, so we give the tires a second life.
Soon, the two were designing a whole new line of clothing made exclusively from bicycle tire rubber. But the process takes time, and finding just the right old tires is always a problem. On any given day, these two sisters can usually be found dumpster diving. Then, the tires must be cut to size. Next, holes are punched through the rubber. Finally, these designing sisters weave and lace the rubber together. The team creates designs for both men and women, and the styles include skirts, pants, vests, and dresses. Now, in this Ripley's exclusive, the latest and revealing recycled rubber is hitting the runway for the first time and getting some big reactions.
It's a lot of excitement to do a fashion show, but it's really a lot of fun too.
Despite the fact that some outfits cost hundreds of dollars due to the time spent making them, orders for this bicycle tire clothing keep rolling in from all over the world.
This is the Ripley's Vault, where the most unique artifacts are preserved. And what looks like a rustic backpack or an itchy vest is actually a suit of armor. The warrior chief of a feuding tribe on the island of Fiji wore it. Now, this chest plate could repel a thrown spear. That's because the tightly woven fibers come from a coconut. But the real secret to the armor's strength comes from another source. The garment was reinforced with human hair, preferably from a fallen enemy's head. Unbelievable? Believe it.
The jock, the beauty queen, the stoner, the smart girl, and the joker. Where there is evil, there are meddling kids to save the day.
Not going anywhere without this.
And also die horribly. Chiller's Meddling Kids Week. 5 nights of back-to-back movies, all leading up to the world television premiere of Chiller's original movie, Ghoul. Meddling Kids Week starts tomorrow at 7, only on Chiller. Scary good.